Want my students to not just stop at reading, but to imagine, to feel what they are reading, not just write and read. Just writing isn't the goal, right? Now the kids have no imagination, no creativity. Now, for example, if you're teaching a dialogue or a topic, I don't want the child to just memorize it by writing it down, but to actually feel it. That's my issue. What do you want from me? How can I help you? Even if just for a little while. If we just keep the book aside, or if children don't connect emotionally with books. So, if we approach studies in a way that's better for their imagination and feelings, this is the issue that's coming up. Right. So, the way I teach GK, you said it perfectly. Kids are confined to books and their creativity doesn't develop. Just recently, the topic of world countries, I taught that to the kids. So, if we had taught it from the books, it really would have been quite boring. So, for the topic of world countries, I turned the cricket class into something like an airport, making the kids into Brooks. I created it right there in the classroom.
Really?
Yes, and by grouping the kids, I assigned them different countries so they could exchange their cultures and languages. So, you always want to say that without taking students outside, we can create such scenarios even in the classroom. Yes, absolutely. Design your class like this. I mean, make it like life so that students don't even need to be taken outside. Bring creativity into the classroom. Imagine, create the subject like what do you teach? I teach English. People say that without a book it's a difficult subject, but I say English is the easiest and most creative subject. When I was teaching a section topic in my class, interested in the topic without using the book, I brought a pizza to class. But I didn't cut the pizza, I just told them about it. I said that today I had just introduced the topic a little. I asked how pizza in half, then quarters, then thirds. This way, the concept of fractions became clear. Without the book, I engaged the kids and the topic.
The history teacher, I did the same thing. I started working without the book. For the kids' performance, like they showed images and gave real life examples. So I did the same. I had them perform. For example, in the Mughal Sultanate, I picked a topic like the Mughal Empire. So what happened was that one child became someone became a vizier or a soldier. This way, I made them do a drama, so they acted it out themselves. They performed it themselves. When they performed it themselves, I didn't need to memorize anything. In history, like we usually memorize things, they had to recall it themselves. They even remembered the dates. So the result was that through their performance, they learned more.
And absolutely, you can create an imaginative world. In that way, to teach children, I gave you an example. I can also connect it to the real world, like,
and just like I gave you examples for the role, you can have them do the role play too. And like Miss gave you the Maggie example and Mrs. real world example, these three examples, you can use them in your topic. You can use them.
Asma, Miss Anam, you both really guided me so well. Thank you so much. Now I understand a bit about how I can teach my children. I don't have to completely leave the books, but just a little. Like, we can work by setting the books aside. Like, Asma told me that I can create scenarios. Like, Anam told me that I can connect it to real life. You told me that I can do role play. So in the same way, I have some ideas, like if my topic is related to the zoo, then I can create a scenario. In class, I mean, a little bit, and besides that, if I connect it to the real world, like the toys children have with animals, we can bring those in, or I can ask the children to bring them. And like you told me to do a history role play, I can do that too. And with this, children can learn very well. Not just that, not just by reading from the book, but kids will actually be able to imagine and feel it properly. I understood everything very well. Thank you so much to all three of you. I got it. And there's really no need to worry. Yes, thank you so much.
We're the champ.